Have you ever found yourself trapped in an endless cycle of thoughts, reliving the past, anticipating the future, and in the end, feeling exhausted without actually moving forward? Overthinking steals your peace, drains your energy, and keeps you stuck in a mental maze with no exit. But what if I told you there's a way out? Today, we're talking about a mental detox, 5 simple steps to free your mind from overthinking and find clarity and peace. Before we begin, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more content that can transform your life. Now, take a deep breath and let's take the first step together. The hidden trap of overthinking. Imagine your mind is a glass of clear water, but with every repetitive thought, a drop of dark ink falls into it. At first, you barely notice, but over time, the water becomes cloudy, heavy, impossible to see through. Overthinking works the same way. It starts with a worry, a doubt, a memory, but soon it becomes a vicious cycle. We believe that analyzing every detail will give us control, but in reality, the more we think, the more we feel stuck. And here's the trap. Your mind convinces you that overthinking is useful, when in fact, it's just wearing you down. Have you noticed how your thoughts often don't bring solutions, just more doubts? As if your mind is weaving a web that you yourself get caught in. The first step to freedom is recognizing this trap. Now that you understand the problem, let's dive deeper. How does this mental overload actually impact your life? The cost of mental clutter. What happens when your mind is always full? You feel exhausted, even without doing anything physically demanding. Decisions seem harder. Small problems feel overwhelming. And before you know it, your life is being controlled by the chaos inside your own head. Overthinking doesn't just steal your peace, it affects your productivity, your sleep, and even your relationships. How many times have you missed out on precious moments because you were stuck in your thoughts, replaying the past, or worrying about the future? Our brains weren't designed to carry a constant mental load. Just like an overloaded computer starts to slow down, your mind becomes sluggish and foggy when it's filled with unnecessary thoughts. But the good news? You can break free. And it all starts with the first step in our mental detox, becoming aware of what's happening inside your mind. Let's get into it. Step 1. Awareness. Recognize the mental spiral. Your mind can only be freed once you realize you're trapped. The first step to stopping overthinking is becoming aware of it. It sounds simple, but most people don't even notice when they're stuck in a thought loop. Next time you catch yourself feeling mentally overwhelmed, pause and ask yourself, am I solving something or just obsessing over it? Are these thoughts helping me or just making me more anxious? By questioning yourself, you take a step back and create space between you and your thoughts. This small moment of awareness is proof that you are not your mind's prisoner. Quick exercise. Close your eyes. Observe your thoughts without judging them. Imagine they are clouds in the sky, drifting by. You don't need to chase them. Recognizing the mental storm is the first step to calming it. And now that you're aware, let's move on to the next step, learning to let go of what no longer serves you. Step 2, release. Let go of unnecessary thoughts. Now that you can recognize when you're stuck in overthinking, the next question is, how do you let go of these thoughts? Your mind has a habit of holding on to things that should have already been released. But here's the truth. Not every thought deserves your attention. Think of your worries as a rope you're gripping tightly. The longer you hold on, the more your hands hurt. But relief doesn't come from thinking about the pain. It comes from letting go of the rope. Try this simple exercise to train your mind to release thoughts. Write your thoughts down, grab a piece of paper, and list everything that's bothering you. This takes them out of your head and puts them in front of you. Ask yourself, is this useful? If the answer is no, visualize releasing that thought like a balloon floating into the sky. Use your breath as an anchor. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, imagine letting go of the thought. Repeat this a few times and feel the lightness. Letting go doesn't mean ignoring reality. It means stopping yourself from carrying unnecessary burdens. And when we learn to let go, we can reconnect with the only moment that truly matters, the present. Let's move to the next step. Step 3, presence. Anchor yourself in the now. An overthinking mind is always in two places, the past or the future. It replays mistakes, imagines scenarios, searches for answers that may not even exist. But the truth is, your life is not in the past, nor the future. It's right here, right now. If you want to break free from overthinking, you need to train your mind to stay in the present. Here are 3 simple techniques to do that. The 5 senses method. Look around and name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you can taste. This forces your mind to connect with the now. Conscious breathing. Inhale deeply for 4 seconds. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Your mind can't be in 2 places at once. If it's focused on your breath, it's not lost in overthinking. Name your thoughts. Whenever you catch yourself overthinking, mentally say, "That's just a thought." This simple action breaks the cycle and grounds you in reality. When your mind learns to live in the now, the weight of overthinking starts to fade. Now, let's move on to the next step. Creating mental space to prevent overload. Step 4, space. Declutter your mental world. A cluttered mind has no room for peace. Just like a messy room can make you feel restless, a chaotic mind weighs you down. Creating mental space doesn't mean emptying your mind completely. It means removing the excess so you can think clearly. Here are 3 effective ways to create that space. 1. Try a brain dump. Grab a notebook and write down everything on your mind. unfiltered. Thoughts, worries, ideas. Just spill it all onto paper. This instantly clears up mental space. 2. Disconnect from information overload. Notifications, social media, constant news updates. All of this fuels overthinking. Set aside specific times in your day to step away from screens and let your mind breathe. 3. Say no to unnecessary worries. Ask yourself, does this really matter? Will it matter in a week? A month? If the answer is no, let it go. Creating mental space is a habit. The more you practice, the lighter you'll feel. Step 5. Silence. Cultivate inner stillness. If you want to break free from overthinking, you need to learn to embrace silence. The world is always noisy, not just externally, but internally too. The mind constantly wants to talk, analyze everything, predict every detail. But true clarity comes when you do less, not more. Here are 3 simple ways to cultivate inner stillness. 1. Spend time in true silence. No music, no phone, no distractions. Just a few minutes a day. At first, it may feel uncomfortable, but soon you'll notice how it soothes your mind. 2. Effortless meditation. Close your eyes and simply observe your breath. If thoughts arise, let them pass. Don't fight them. Just breathe and stay present. Three, learn not to react to every thought. Not every thought needs a response. Imagine your mind as a clear blue sky and your thoughts as passing clouds. Let them drift by without holding on. Inner silence isn't the absence of thought, it's the ability not to be controlled by them. Your mind doesn't have to be a constant storm. You have the power to calm the waves, create space, and find clarity. Today, you learned the 5 steps to break free from overthinking. Awareness. Recognize when your mind is stuck. Release. Let go of what no longer serves you. Presence. Bring your attention back to the now. Mental space. Organize your thoughts and clear the excess. Inner silence. Learn not to react to every thought. Transformation starts with small daily actions. So, here's a challenge for you. For the next 7 days, practice at least one of these steps every day. Watch how your mind changes, how your life changes. If this video resonated with you, like, share, and subscribe. Your inner peace can inspire others to find theirs. And remember, you are not your thoughts, you are the observer of them.